Would you sell your 70-200 f2.8 to buy this lens? That's the question I asked myself when I got my hands on the brand new Sony 50-150 f2GM. So I packed it up and hit the road, from the stunning landscape of Oregon to the urban texture of Buffalo, New York, to find out what this lens is really capable of. I tested it across landscape, portraits, even pushed it for close-up work. I also teamed up with my friend Pat Cray, Young Painkiller on Instagram, who brought his street photography game to the table and really put this lens through its paces. Let's talk specs. This is a constant f2 zoom. It weighs in at 1,340 grams, which is quite manageable for the performance you're getting. You can see from my backpack, I'm bringing with me two bodies, the Sony FX3 and the Sony Alpha R5 with the 2870 f2 and now the 50-150 f2. And I think with these two lenses and these two bodies, I get the best of video and the best of photo the Sony gear can give you. Inside, it's built with 19 elements in 17 groups, delivering excellent corner-to-corner sharpness, even wide open. You can see in some of these samples, the detail holds strong, all the way to the edges. Sony's done a great job minimizing spherical aberration, which gives you smooth, creamy bokeh, without compromising fine detail. Flare and ghosting barely there, even when shooting into direct light. The minimum focus distance is just 0.4 meters at 50mm and 0.74 meters at 150, letting you get surprisingly close for a zoom in this range. Some of these shots almost feel like they were taken with a macro lens. One thing I appreciated is the minimal weight shift while zooming. That means that it can stay stable on a gimbal, but it feels natural and balanced while hand-holding. Autofocus is fast, accurate, and confident, thanks to the same linear motor system that you found in the 70-200 GM2. If you're shooting on something like the Sony A9 II, you can track subjects at up to 120 frames per second in burst, and the focus just sticks. While in Buffalo, I walked by the river that divides the USA and Canada, and using my combo Alpha R5 and the 50-150 zoom, I have fun tracking and shooting birds. You can see from these samples the kind of resolution you can get from this combo. And from this video, the impressive focus tracking that this zoom has. And what really surprised me is that in this particular moment, I did not have the AI tracking for bird, but it was still on human. But both the camera and the lens understood exactly the assignment and didn't miss a bit. Focus breathing is virtually non-existent, which is a huge win for video. Take a look at this rack focus. From an extreme close-up to the background, it's buttery smooth with no distracting framing shift. Here you can see me on the Columbia River between Oregon and Washington State, while shooting a new Adorama TV show, which is gonna go live in the summer. The focus tracking is smooth, images are sharp, and the color rendition is beautiful. And you can see me switching between wide landscape shot to super close-up, almost like a macro shot. While in Oregon, I also went to the Chinese garden to test details and sharpness. The lens, of course, has all the controls you need for a G Master lens. Focus lock, ring lock, click on the click, and everything we're now accustomed to with G Master zoom lenses. The lens takes 95mm filters. But a quick heads up, if your filter has a thicker ring, you won't be able to use the lens cap unless you remove it. The lens cap has a window that you can use to control your filter. Also worth noting, it doesn't support teleconverters. I let my friend Pat Cray borrow the lens. As a street photographer, he was very excited, and here are some of his shots. I also grabbed a few portrait shots of my daughters, and the bokeh is just stunning. It's easy to see why Sony is targeting this lens at wedding and portrait photographers. Pair it with a 2870 f2GM, and you got an incredibly powerful, flexible combo, especially if you're shooting with two bodies. So back to the original question, would you sell your 70-200 to get this lens? I got my thoughts, but I want to hear yours. Let me know in the comment. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along on Adorama TV for more gear reviews and hands-on content.